Hey guys, welcome to the video. So today I'm going to be cleaning out some bins of my newborn baby geckos. I have tons of them hatching right now and they're really cool, and I just want to show you how I set up their containers. I've got a rack back here full of containers, and that's where I'm raising out the little babies. So I put them here in this container right now to kind of show them off, and then I'll show you exactly how I'm setting the container up. Now these babies right here, they come from the same parents. I've got two of them that are universes. They are Super Snow, white and yellow, Trimper Eclipse. That's what both of these are, this one and this one. So they basically look identical. Ooh. One's a little bit smaller than the other. This one right here is a little bit smaller. As you can see, this one's a little bit bigger. But anyway, it's a really cool morph, very highly desirable, so I'm really excited about that. And then their siblings, see, they're actually pretty calm because I try to handle these guys a little bit so that they're used to us. Whenever I ultimately sell them, they make really good pets. And this one right here is just a Max Snow Trimper Eclipse. So you can see the banding on it, and then in between the banding it's starting to get a little bit yellow. So really cool, and the tail is really white right now, and it's got a white headband. So I believe that that's what this one is. A lot of times you have to let them grow up a little bit in order to see exactly what they are. So let's get their bin out and I'll show you exactly what I do in order to set it up. I have 3 of them in this bin. Usually I'll have between 1 and 3 whenever I'm raising them up. 4, they get a little bit too crowded, I think, and 3 is just perfect. This right here is the tote that I use, and this is a 12-quart Sterilite tote. Let me get one right here that has the tag on it. This one right here, I don't have anything in right now, but as you can see, it is a 12-quart Sterilite tote. Get these at Walmart, they're pretty cheap, and I built this rack and they just slide right in like so. These have a lot of air holes for ventilation. So that's the first thing I do, is I put holes all the way around it. And then in the bottom, I put paper towels. So, and I usually put this more towards the front because the heat box is sitting here in the back, the humid hide. I put 2 of them like this. And what I do is I have this little spray bottle. This is so handy. I water all the animals. I spray their enclosures down, get a little moisture in there. And then also I have some terrariums and things like that where I water. This is really good. So I go ahead and wet it down a little bit. You wet these down, there's little droplets all over the edges, and the geckos will lick that and get plenty of moisture from that. I also put them in water dishes, you'll see. And then I take this little container right here. I get these at Walmart as well. I think they're the brand is Mainstay, and they're like 3 cups. So this, I think it holds 3 cups. And so I just cut out a notch in the front. I don't put a hole on the top. On my adults, I put the hole on the top. It keeps the substrate in so that they don't kick it out. But for these babies, they can get in a lot easier whenever you have it cut down here on the side. And so I just give a little bit of a lip right here in order to keep the cocoa coir substrate. That's what I use in there. I put a pretty thick amount in, and then I also spray it down really good. I keep it quite wet because they love a humid place to stay. And then also you can see the water droplets on the edge here. That's where they get, I think, most of their water, is they just lick the edge right there. So I put this in here and I put it towards the back. And the reason I put it towards the back is because my heat tape in the enclosure is more towards the back, and they love to stay in here in this warm, humid box. So I've got that. And then there's a little lid, clamps on just like that. So boom, I put that in. And then also I put in like a toilet paper roll. They hide in here, gives them some enrichment. And for this one, I'm going to end up putting 2, so I will get another one because there's 3 babies in here. So, and I put that back towards the heat tape as well. So, and for the food, I use a peanut butter dish. It's a little bit bigger than some of my other containers. I need to get some different containers, but I use this peanut butter lid. These work great because they hold the worms in pretty good. And so I'll put this in the bottom. And then for water, I like to use a peanut butter lid if I have it for the water. And if not, I've got these other lids that we have around the house. Put a little bit of water in. I like to give them as many mealworms as possible. And so I raise my own mealworms. I'll show you some snippets of the mealworm room. Right here is a tray of beetles that I have. Now these produce all the baby mealworms for me, so I'll let them breed in here. And then in this tray are the actual baby mealworms, and I just put a bunch of the substrate in the sifter like so. I sift it out, and then I can separate them into a bowl right here, and now they are ready to feed to my baby leopard geckos. I put a good amount of mealworms in here for them. I do not want them to go without. I want them to be able to eat as much as possible to grow as quickly as possible. And this is very important. Right here is a container with calcium and D3 in it. Also, I mixed vinate powder in there, and I do it 3 to 1. I do 1 scoop of the calcium powder with the vitamin D, and then I do 3 scoops of the vinate powder. So, super important that you put this on the worms so that they get enough nutrients. If you don't, they will get all kinds of bone diseases. They won't be able to walk correctly. It's a very bad thing. So make sure that you give them this vitamin powder. And so basically, guys, this is it right here. This is the setup. Spray it down really good. Humid hide, toilet paper roll or 2, some water. Okay, so here is the, right there by his food. Go eat something. That was the smallest universe, and here is the bigger one. Put him down. See your water, buddy? So he can see his food. And then here's one that I really like. He's so cool looking. He's got the bands, the yellow coloration and the white. So anyways, guys, that's exactly how I set my containers up. Very, very simple. In the 12 quart, I'll put up to 3. And then once they start getting bigger, I'll separate them out and put them into much bigger containers. So this is the complete setup. I clean it out once a week. And then I also check every day, every other day to see if they've got enough worms. Super important. And then I also check for the water as well. So let's go ahead and put these guys up. Thanks guys so much for watching. It's so simple on how you set these up. If you have any questions, please leave them down in the comments below. Thank you again for watching. Please hit that like and subscribe button, and I'll see you in the next video.